Here.
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 Are there any conflict of interest statements? Number 4, approval of the minutes of the meeting of March 20th, 2025.
Motion to approve those minutes.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bid openings, I don't see any. Matters from other department heads or their representatives. Mr. Button?
Hi, good morning to the
Good
board.
morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I wanted to report to the board that on Sunday, this past Sunday, the fire department had driven their vehicles down Tapper in front of Zion Church. When I was there, no one was parking in front of the church on Tapper. So there was parking on the east side, but not on the west side of Tapper, in front of the church. The block immediately north of the church, there was parking on both sides of the street. So the fire department, and I wish I remember the names of the streets, but they came in from the south of the church block, northbound, went by the church, no problem, and then proceeded north between the parked cars on both sides and made it through with every vehicle that they had brought in, the ambulance, tower, truck, engine, they all passed through there fine. So the condition that was brought forward to this board is not a mission critical. It's not an issue that I could see. I would suggest that the board consider input from the fire department and their position, but from my perspective, no changes are necessary there.
Well, I think our perspective from the beginning was if that was a problem, the fire department would bring it to us. So having what you said today, and they haven't come to us, we're going to deny the request until we hear from them.
Wonderful.
That was our stance.
Okay.
So,
Well, I just wanted to make sure you understood that
Gotcha.
we had finally followed up with that.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we
You want to deny it?
deny it,
Okay. Do we need-
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make a motion to deny the request for no parking signs on the, what is it? With the west side of Zion?
So there are currently no parking on the west side of Tapper in
east
front of the
side,
church. There is parking allowed on the east side.
East side.
So there should be no changes necessary.
Okay,
No
okay.
changes, okay.
Okay, motion to, for no changes, to deny the request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Yeah, so we even, okay, good. Okay, anything else from department heads or their representatives? Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to fit in a rental registration hearing because somebody has something to do today, so we want to take care of that. And it's for 509 Waltham. I was just listening, that's my ringtone. I thought that, I'm glad it wasn't me. 509 Waltham Street. Mr. Martinez?
Yes, I'm actually her son.
Okay, can you give us your name, please?
Yes, Jonathan Cordero.
Jonathan Cordero? Okay. Could you tell us what happened?
She actually wants to try to waive the fee, the late rental fee. She didn't get no notice of her coming in and trying to get that paid. Yeah.
Okay. We don't send out a notice, and I think if we ever did, it was done out of courtesy. It's not mandatory by any means. It's kind of her job to remember that every year she has from January 1st to April 15th to pay that fee.
Yeah, they also didn't tell her about that when she first came in. I'm not sure exactly what day she had came in, but
Okay.
they did not let her know about that either.
There's
Okay.
not a requirement to let her know.
Right, right. Let us get some history on the property.
So it's a single-family home. Ms. Martinez has owned the property since 2017. This is the first time that she's been late, so we're just here for one unit for 2024. And just keep in mind that on the rental registration application, there are actually acknowledgements at the top that the owners are required to initial, stating they read them, which does detail the time frame and the deadline in which all rental properties have to be registered on an annual basis.
Okay.
Well, obviously, they knew about it since 17, 18, 19, 20.
Right, right.
22, 23.
So, sir, I think because it's the first time,
Yes.
we're probably going to waive the fee today.
Okay.
But I would let your mom know that it's her responsibility solely to make sure that every year it's paid between January 1st and April 15th.
Okay, she will definitely
Yeah,
start doing
don't
that.
count on a message in the mail to remind her and all that stuff.
Okay.
And you know the dates now too, so.
Yep.
Okay,
I will be helping her.
okay. You good, you're good? Nick? Okay.
So do I have to wait for something or?
Well, normally, we give you a copy of this to take downstairs so you can do it today, but since you have to leave, you can come back and do that, correct?
Yep, either that or I can send them a copy, in the mail, or if you got an email, you want to leave me with the email, I can attach it so that she can get it registered as soon as possible. The 2025 deadline's approaching anyway, so it would need to be registered for this year too.
So how much time does he have?
He'd have 30 days from the date of this decision, but he would want to get it done by April 15th, so they're not late for 2025.
Okay, do you understand that, sir?
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, motion to waive the late fee.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Back on it.
Moving on to correspondence, letter A. Correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, requesting the following transfers, promotions, and pay adjustments. Officer Walter Peterson to be transferred from Patrol Division to Detective Bureau, relinquishing the rank of Master Sergeant and assume the rank of Sergeant. Sergeant Elaine Salazar to be transferred from the Patrol Division to the Detective Division. Correctional officers Colin DeVries and Jonathan Phillips are eligible to receive the promotional raises due to them, all to be effective April 15th, 2025.
Motion to approve Chief Short's request.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, correspondence received from Dean Button recommending the bid for the 2025 traffic signal maintenance be awarded to Midwestern Electric in the amount of $170,094 submitted for approval.
The board opened bids for traffic signal maintenance in December. We're at a position now that we're ready to execute the agreements. The funding comes from operating budget, so it's not funded through anything other than operating. Controller's aware of the condition, and I'd ask for your approval.
Thank you.
Okay, motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter C, correspondence received from Hammond Christian Reformed Church requesting a stop sign to be placed at Bering and 167th Street.
Thanks to the board secretary for sending the correspondence along. This is on 167th at Bering. So last year, there was complaints about stop control at the intersection that's common with the driveway on the west side of the Sportsplex. We pulled those stop signs, the east and westbound stop signs, because they're really not warranted, and it just caused confusion in the area because people assume that the driveway from behind the Sportsplex was stop controlled. So we just removed the sign to make it better. The church has complained, believes that removal of the stop sign makes it difficult for them to come and go from the church, so I will have to ask you to refer that to engineering for a review and recommendation.
Okay.
Motion to refer to engineering.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Number 8, matters from board members. Anything? Okay. Number 9, new business, letter A, funding allocation request form requesting $40,000 of the 4th District Gaming Fund to be allocated for the tree removal in the 4th District. Any objections from that? Okay.
Okay, motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, request for autistic signage for 6 Doty, submitted for approval.
No objections from engineering. I don't know. I mean, we prove that the parties are need request the sign. We don't have any problems with installing the sign.
Okay, so do you need, you think we should approve it today, or just give you time to check into it?
I just don't know how this is verified, right? When we do.
That's what I don't know how we
Yeah,
do
I've
it
never-
either.
I mean, look, I'm not against, obviously, any
Right.
issue with anybody with a disability. I just want to make sure that, for example, like, was the council person aware of that, and that neighborhood, did it come from council member, or it just came from a resident?
No, it just came from, it's a
Yeah.
handwritten note from a
Okay,
resident.
and I don't know if there's I've seen other signs for like deaf person in the area, or, children or whatever. So I just don't know if there's a standard sign for this. Was there? Okay, so
So no objection to installing the sign, I just don't know how, so generally like Public Works, who gets requests that want a handicap or accessible parking sign in front of their home, there's a process, a procedure to identify and verify that all of this is true and correct. I don't have any objection, I just don't know how they verify that
Did it
this
go to
is in
Public
place.
Works, or did it come from?
No,
Okay, maybe we could just refer it to Public Works and come, have a status for a week or 2 weeks or something like that, just to, and also, just also refer to the council member in that district, so.
yeah, if they don't have a system, maybe we need to put one in
Yeah,
place then.
yeah, I just want to find out, because, this could come up again. and
Gotcha.
Just want to make
Okay.
sure we know what we're doing.
Okay,
Motion to refer this matter to Public Works and to the district councilman in that area for follow-up.
I second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is that a week status, 2 weeks?
You
Oh,
wanna
yeah,
do
sorry
I
about
thought
that,
you
yeah.
just put it on there.
27th,
10th.
April 10th.
And we'll set the status for April 10th.
Go ahead, second.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, letter C, C-Click Fix requesting road signage for a 5-stop at 177th and Orchard. Mr. Button recommends an all-way placard beneath each sign.
Thanks to the board secretary who forwarded the C-Click to me earlier this week. So that's a 5-way stop as it stands today, right? This is, actually it might be 6-way. It's Orchard, 177th, and New Hampshire, that all come together into one spot. They're claiming that people don't understand that whose turn it is in the intersection. That's a rules of the road, where, you yield to the car on the right if you come together at the same time. So about the best thing that we can do is just provide a placard beneath the stop signs that say it's all-way stop. But I don't know how to control driver behavior, right? This is the best I can suggest.
If the police department can do that, we would have been heroes a long time ago.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, you just can't. I think if you wanted, I don't even see why we need to do that, to be honest with you. But if you feel that's something that could help possibly,
That's the best I can do, right? I don't think it's going to solve the problem that's being suggested that, and there's, sorry, I'm losing clarity a little bit on
okay.
that, but it was about somebody's taking over the intersection when somebody's already driving through, and that's just bad behavior.
I don't have a problem with all, sometimes you see that, right, like on the bottom of the stop sign, or like cross traffic doesn't stop, or all-way. I don't have a problem with putting all-way down there, just
no, I don't either. I just don't know that it's going to solve
It may
whatever
not,
issue.
But
they have.
it's another
Okay.
reason to understand that it may be a different intersection than what we're used to.
No, then
And that Orchard approach sits really far back, the eastbound approach, right, would be the west approach.
West, yeah.
That sits so far back from the intersection, I can see that would be a problem. So it could be intersection geometry that's the problem, right?
Right.
It's just, that's the condition it's been for decades.
Okay, so then we approve, you're recommending that there's no problem with putting those up, right?
There's no problem with adding an all-way to the
Okay.
to placard beneath the stop sign. That's a typical reaction.
Yep.
Okay. Motion to approve and forward to Public Works.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter D, request for rental registration hearing submitted for approval.
Motion to set that meeting for April 10th, 2025.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Disposal authorizations received from Hammond Police Department submitted for approval.
So,
Letter E.
Sorry, Molly. The motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter F, right-of-way permits received from engineering submitted for approval.
Mr. Gordon.
So good morning. We have 3 of them. One's a water line. They're going to be working in an alley from Salyer Plumbing. Another one is on 149th Street. They're changing some poles. They're going to block the road when they're doing the work. And there's a detour, but the road will be open after the work day is done.
Yeah, they're going to use the police department for when they block the road.
Right,
so.
they're 90-foot poles to go over the tollway, so they're quite extensive. The next one is the gas for Clark Fields. And there's not a date on there. They're going to incorporate the electric into it also. So when I get the date next week, the person was out of town, I'll present that one too.
Okay,
So soon it's going to be.
good.
I would recommend
Approval?
approval.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Number 10, old business, letter A, status for 6333 Garfield.
You're gonna come up on that side, Tom? Ready? All right.
Good morning. Go ahead, Bill. Oh,
Good morning,
Cap.
good morning to the board, Mr. President. Ms. Redfield is here in person. Last time we were here was March 13th. Ms. Redford was here then as well as I believe we had a Miss Shannon Egan on the line that was the mortgage from the bank. At that point, she had mentioned that she had a contract signed for $4,500, but the roof master's contractor may not have been licensed. There was a leak near her chimney. We were talking about the flashing might have been the issue. We set it today for status. Mr. Luter indicated he was going to go out and take photos and meet with the owner.
Right, we did speak via email. I did inform her that Roof Masters was not licensed by the city, and they were not able to do the work. I believe I sent her a couple of contractors that she could contact that should be able to do the work that she needed. Also, after the meeting, I spoke with Commissioner Farrell, who used to be a contractor doing tuck pointing. He offered his services to go out and at least take a look at the chimney to see if it needed to be removed as the contract had stated. We found a picture. He took a look at the picture and he said, yes, that chimney from the roof line up should be replaced. So the work they were doing wasn't unneeded. They're just not licensed to do the work. And it was my fault. I did forget to go out and take pictures. I should have got out yesterday and totally slipped my mind until I sat down here that I was supposed to get pictures of the outside. But again, we haven't received any new complaints of the garbage in the yard.
Okay,
So I
so
believe that portion's cleaned up.
I would suggest we set it for status to allow Ms. Redfield an opportunity to get a contractor that is licensed in the city to help do that work. It sounds like the yard's picked up, which is great news. And if we could set it over for potentially 30 days for that, I think that'd be a good, that'll allow her some time to get a contractor over there.
So we did have somebody go out there to make sure the yard is cleaned up and everything?
We haven't received any new complaints.
Okay.
So, but we
But,
haven't
yes.
been out there.
I have not been out there. I will have it for.
So.
And then I think of the question, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
Kevin.
you're not.
I thought one of the questions was that a priority? Although the chimney has to be done, is that a priority? Is there other things that should be done first?
If she's leaking inside the house, yes, I would say that should be done first, and then the rest of the house can be handled. But yeah, leak inside the house would definitely be a major concern.
And we do want to, obviously, we've got that fence in the rear. I don't know if that's been fixed or not. It was down.
See, that's why I'd like to confirm that the yard has in fact been cleaned up and the fence has been
Ma'am,
handled.
could you come to the mic, please?
Go ahead.
Can you just repeat that last part for me?
We need to know if the yard has been cleaned up and the fence that was down has been taken care of.
The fence.
I did remove the old one, the old fence.
I can show the pictures too.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's the pictures of the new fence? You have the pictures of the new one? Of the white fence? Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I do plan on removing the fence. I know that the contractor did not have a license, and Mr. Luter did email me 4 different contractors. 3 of them showed up, and they did check the roof already for me. They told me that they will let me know by sending me an email of how much it's going to cost. I know there is a fence line that needs to be fixed, and there is one window that is broken. So I told them that I prefer that the chimney be fixed first. And then after that, I will work on the fence line. And then I'll take care of it after that. I was not home when, say that again, the last part. Okay, so one of the contractors said that the next time he will check the chimney on top, just to make sure that everything is okay. He will email me, and so I am waiting for 3 different quotes,
See,
and they'll let me know how much.
I don't think, if the fence needs to be repaired, but we'd like to see that it's removed, it's unsightly, that's what we're more concerned about. And the yard should have been cleaned up already. I mean, I think we all agree on that. Yeah.
Yes, the backyard is clean. Wait, Susan.
Okay.
Backyard is clean.
So do you want to set it for a couple weeks?
Yes, the
Okay.
backyard is cleaned up already.
I'd like to ask if Bill could please visit, just to make sure that other stuff's taken care of.
I won't make that mistake. I'll do it this
No, it's
afternoon.
like- It's
That
no
was-
mistake, just ask him to. Okay,
So 2-week status
Yeah.
on this?
that'll give her time to pick one of those contractors and so on
And we'll
and so
get some new
forth.
photos.
Yeah. Make sure, could you ask her, ma'am, if she has any questions of us? We're going to set it for a status for
No.
2 weeks.
No,
Okay,
no questions, sir.
so what's the date in 2 weeks? We're going to set it for April 10th for a status. That'll give her time to hopefully hire a contractor.
So not 30 days?
We want to keep this on a short leash, I guess is the best way to put it. It doesn't have to be done in 30 days. We just want to make sure she's hired one and maybe started.
Doesn't have to be done in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, 2 weeks.
And that the fence is cleaned up and the yard's cleaned up. We just need photos.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay,
Okay,
we're good then.
thank you. That's
Anything
fine.
else, Bill? Okay,
So 410?
yep.
Motion to set the matter for status for April 10th, 2025.
So does
I
she come
second.
back here?
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter B, 5125 through 27 Holman Avenue.
All right, so,
We'll let Kevin set the stage, but I will just turn it over to the new owners of the property. I believe they did get it
yep.
closed.
So January 16th, we were here. The order was entered. I can tell you this, we held off on recording it. I believe that Mr. Willis was here, who's here today. And at that time, Mr. Willis indicated that they had a letter of intent, purchase agreement, and it should be sold within 60 days. That was January 16th. We're basically 60 days from now. We set it for today for status.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Just
How
for
you
the
doing?
record, can you give us your name again, please?
Darren Willis.
Okay, Mr. Willis, can you tell us what's going on with the property?
We was finally able to purchase the property from Pastor Ruiz. There was some, we would have done it be prior than what we did, but there was some title issues that had to be ironed out. We did purchase the property on March 17th. This is the copy of the purchase statement and a copy of the warranty.
Really, all you need is the deed, yeah. Wonderful. Can I have this?
No.
I cannot have this. Can I make a
You
copy?
can have it.
You have it?
You can have it.
All right,
You can have
thank
it.
you.
You got it, Mr. Willis, you got it. Yeah,
I was going to take it
Okay.
anyway, but I was just being polite.
yeah, okay. Continue then, Mr. Willis.
So I know at this point, I was told when we first started this process that we had to get a bond, if I'm not mistaken, from the city. But my only concern was, I needed some clarity, was the bond, we have to get the bond now or after the deed is recorded and returned back in our name?
Yeah, so one of the reasons we didn't record the demo order was because we felt that Mr. Willis and his organization was going to be an improvement to the current state of the church. So that's kind of the, we wanted to wait and make sure the purchase went through. So now that it's through, I think what needs to happen is that Mr. Willis and his group would simply go down and follow the regular procedure, which is to get a demo inspection. So
Already did that.
does it need to be updated or no? Okay, then really it's just enter a rehab agreement. And then bond would occur at the time of the entering the rehab agreement.
Okay, so the total recorded deed in our name is not something that has to be done. We just go with that, just keep the process moving.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the fact that you guys bought the place is great. I mean, you got a recorded deed. Well, actually, this isn't recorded,
It's
but
not recorded yet.
I assume the title company recorded it.
Correct.
And it's probably recorded now. So now it's just a matter of working with Mr. Luter. We'll get a rehab agreement together. He'll sign it and away they go.
Okay.
So,
No
We
problem.
don't need to do anything today. We
No.
need to wait before that comes before
yeah,
us.
there's nothing to do today.
Okay. Well, you're doing
So-
a good job there, Mr.
Yeah,
Wallace.
congratulations.
So, thank you. So as of right now, I do not have to come before the board for
Correct.
anything?
Correct,
All right,
yeah.
then.
Just work with Mr. Luter.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Bless that.
Yeah. You got copies already of everything you needed, right? Okay. Okay, so we don't need to take any action, right, or no?
No action, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 11, late rental registration hearings, we already took care of that already. So the meeting's now open to the public, even though I don't really see any public. I always try to be the archetype, always. Okay,
Motion to adjourn?